Welcome to the live morning update, FX with Terry.com. Free Forex signals, premium signals, full auto trading. We're live on YouTube, and I urge the members and anyone who's not a member to come in and watch. What we're going to do is look at all of the different signals, all of the trades that are going on currently in the system. And last night I added beta testing gold signals, and we'll go over that. I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'll tell you what the plan is. And the programming, the AI is working, and that's really what I wanted to focus on. And I think moving forward, it's going to be a pretty exciting concept. So what we're looking at here on the screen is the the free signals. And the reason I said premium, you'll see why in a second here, is NZD USD just dominates the 6 currency pairs. So of the free 6 or 7 of the free that I publish, the free signals that I publish. And I believe what I'm going to do, because it's just absolute dominating for some reason, NZD USD has all of this momentum. So I'm actually, when this trade closes, or this basket of trades closes, whatever, when NZD overall closes, I'm going to move that to the premium for a little while, just because I'd like to give some of the other pairs some activity and let you guys see how they work. Everybody's got a real great feel. In fact, anybody trading NZD USD in the system has a real great feel for it now, and it's been extremely profitable. I just seen in the open chat area in Discord, in the free Discord group, seen someone post a NZD USD trade that they closed out, which I'll show you. One closed out last night, and extremely profitable for that person. Also, I should note, another person took NZD USD trades, and they took 3 more trades than my signal sent out, and guess what? They didn't do very well. So follow the signal, follow the take profit that I give you. In fact, this one, since it's free, I'll show you here. Let me mark up on the screen. Take profit is 0.61200, and that's the current trade. Entered sometime this morning, and we had a trade close, which was NZD USD, closed at a signal profit. Remember, this is signal. You can bid whatever you want in these signals. What I do suggest that you do is, if I'm sending out a 0.10 lot size, that's 1 times what you would bid, a reasonable bid on your account, 1 times what you would bid, and then the third trade we went into was 2 times what you should bid. So if you start out with $1, you then bid $1 and you bid $2. If you started out at 10 cents, 0.01, then you go 0.01, 0.02. Or, as long as you're bidding higher than what I send out in terms of a multiply factor, and the ratio is proper. So, for example, if you took the very first trade, which I sent out at 0.10, if you took that at $5, 0.50, the next one should be 0.50, and the third one should be 1.0 or 10. Okay, so it's really a multiply concept. So $26.20 closed as far as signal profit. Again, you bid whatever you want, bid what's relevant to your account. So that's looking really good. I want to verify one thing here. All right. And what I'm going to do is we're going to go on like I usually do. We're going to look at all the different accounts. Let me actually erase what I have on the screen here. We're going to go look at closed profits. Now, keep in mind, free signals closed out, the one that closed out last night, $26.20 as a reference. You will now get to see what has closed out overnight with premium signals, and you should be pretty impressed. So what I'm going to do is go on to my pause screen, switch accounts, so I'm not revealing a bunch of account information, and so I'm also not revealing the actual premium trades we're in, because people pay a monthly membership to get access to those. Little coffee in hand. Good night's sleep after the game last night. That was pretty cool. Super Bowl 58. Let me go to pause. pull up the next account. We're going to look for premium signals here. 843. Let me count how many trades we are in before I reveal on the screen here. Premium signals, and this is over about 10 currency pairs. Premium signals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 trades. We are in multiple trades on a handful of currency pairs. The account itself, the signal account, bidding, and this is a reference, bidding $1 as a base currency bid is $770 in drawdown, and on the account it's a 9,248% margin level, so it's, you know, well within parameters. But what I will share with you here is the closed profits of $107.13. So you can see that there's just I pump out more volume and use the higher volume currency pairs in premium. You can see that we've closed out Swiss franc, Japanese yen. It was 1, 2, 3, 4 of those in a basket. And then we closed out GBP, JPY, 3 of those in a basket, and Euro USD. So pretty nice. Again, this is a signal profit. You could have bid anything you wanted. I give you the reference of the lot size, whether it's 1 times what you should be bidding or 2 times what you should be bidding, in reference to your particular account. Now, if you want to come into the group, get the free signals, the premium signals, the full auto trading, and you want to say, what do you think I should be bidding? We can talk about that. You know, there's no, if your account is $1,000, you must bid 0.7. Doesn't work that way. It works, in fact, it's different for everyone because everyone has a different risk appetite. Some people come in and open a $100 Forex account and they dabble in it, like I hold on to my money really tightly. Other people understand that money replenishes itself. It just does. And if it doesn't, you should figure out how it does that. This is one of the ways. One of the ways to replenish your money in your life is Forex trading. Another one way is being in business. Oddly enough, I was saying this to someone yesterday, Forex trading is a business. Guess why? You know, if you're in the United States, again, I'm not a tax advisor. You know, I'm a complete degenerate gambling hack. But in terms of having a business, the qualifications for that in the United States tax code is the intent. Let me say that word again. The intent to make a profit. We intend to make a profit here. We're in business. You can call this a business. Not tax advice. Don't take my advice. I'm a complete ignorant gambling hack, and you'll probably lose all of your money if you listen to me. Disclaimer. So, all right, so that's good. So we went over the free signals, premium closed, really nice. Almost triple what the free signals closed in terms of closing trades in profit. Let's go back to the pause, and let me pull up my account list and see what else we're going to look at here. I've got gold on the list, but let's look at a few things. One thing I'm going to go over is in my very large account, I am in USD CHF. We're going to take a look at that today because I believe that if you're in it, now of course I've way overbid. That's what I'm a degenerate gambler. I've way overbid, and I'm worried that it's going to start affecting my account, the USD CHF, just because it moves really slow, and I believe it has some distance to push yet. So we're going to take a look at that as an example, concept, if any pair does that kind of stuff to you. So let me look here. Let's look at the $3,000 to $100,000 challenge account that I was doing episodes on, and now I've really kind of moved it to tracking here. So if you're someone who was on my YouTube channel watching the different episodes of taking the $3,000 account to $100,000 account, we're going to look at that now. So let me pull that up, and then I'll share it on the screen here. 332. here it is. Yeah, let me share this. So this is my $3,000 to $100,000 account. I believe what I'm doing here is I'm taking the auto trades, and I think I'm taking 10 of the 22 signals. So you can see what's going on right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 trades were in, $120 drawdown. It's using, this is not a loss. These red numbers are not losses. It's using the automated system, and the concept of Forex is to use some of your balance up here, the $3,702 that I have, to buy these CFDs, or contracts for difference. And all of my trades win. It's just whether you bid properly or not for your account, for your leverage, so on and so forth. So that's what's going on there. 10,300% margin level percent. Makes me yawn and want to go take a nap. No big deal. Okay, so let's look at what was closed last night on the 3K to 100K account. And again, we're starting out slow. You have to. It's a smaller account, and you don't want to overtrade and overbid, which I did in the beginning, just kind of getting a little overzealous and going, hey guys, starting this challenge. So as I always say, the price will go, the account will slowly climb up, and then as we get up above $10,000, the account will go exponential. It'll be a lot faster from $10,000, $20,000 to $100,000 than it was from $3,000 to $10,000. It's just how it works. It's an exponential concept because we have more money to work with the larger the account gets. So $13.20 closed in profit. That NZD USD basket of trades, I think we held that for a while. We held that from, let's take a look here, from the 8th. Yeah, from the 8th, so 4 days, roughly. I guess that's counting the weekend also. Let's look at the calendar. So the 8th, yeah, was last Thursday we went into that trade. And we entered here and closed here. So, yeah, 1, 2, 3 trading days, 2.5 trading days. But like I said, there's quite a few other pairs in the free signals area, and NZD USD just has enough volatility and movement to beat out all the other ones every time. So I'm actually going to move, so assuming I can catch it, and this is not a negative thing, I'm going to move this NZD USD to the premium signals area and give the other 5 or 6 currency pairs some opportunity, because it's good to see, especially if you're coming in and you're squeamish and you've lost a lot of money in Forex, which pretty much everybody has, and you realize my system's going to get you over the top and get you profitable. It's good to see what some of those other currency pairs in the free signals area are going to do. And of course, not going to lie, I mean, there's incentive for you to go premium, and the smartest thing you could ever do in your life is go full auto trading with my system. You don't have to place the trades. You don't have to close them out. You don't have to take profit. All you got to do is manage. And trade management begins with bidding a reasonable amount for the amount of volume that's happening in the market. If you're taking all 22 currency pairs at $1, you better be ready for the volume. You better be ready for drawdown. You better be ready to manage your account. So there's a happy medium in there. You could bid the minimum amount when you come into full auto trading and slowly ramp it up. It's so easy. When you're doing auto trading, if you're bidding the minimum amount of 10 cents per bid, not saying it couldn't get increased from there and go to 20 cents, 40 cents, 60 cents, right? But it's minimum. And if you're doing that, you can go in and go, you know what, I want to increase this to my minimum bid to 50 cents instead of 10 cents. So you go in and you set your multiply factor to 5. 5 times 10 cents is 50. It's just a multiply factor. It's so easy to do. That's all you have to do. And then, of course, whenever we get in trade management scenarios, which we're going to look at a little bit of a trade management scenario today, because I'm pretty deep in USD CHF. And it's a very large account. I'm bidding a very large amount, but it's just continuing to go against me. and the particular account that I'm trading is about a 990% margin level. Not a big deal, no emergency, right? But I need to kind of go look at USD CHF, which we will do, and let's see how far we think it's going to push. From me looking on my mobile device this morning, looks like it could push really far. So we'll see. All right, so that is that. That's the $3,000, $100,000 account. We're up $700. Overall, the account I think is still a little bit negative because I forced some big losses up front to go, okay, get out of that. You're bidding too much. Move forward. So just being transparent with you there. Let's go back to the pause screen. I'll look up the next account that I'm going to share. Let's see here. Let's go look at auto trading. I have a $3,000 account, 500 leverage, testing 10 trades of the full auto. Actually, sorry, I'm saying that wrong. I have a $3,000 account, 500 leverage, testing all currency pairs from my full auto system. So let's take a look at that, and I'll share that on the screen. Account 945. Here we go. So full auto right now, and this kind of gives us an example. So this was started out at a $3,000 account. We're up $378, $146 drawdown, 4,200% margin level. Very comfortable. And again, this is, I use this as, listen to me carefully here. I use this as a barometer. I've got a $3,000 account. You could use a $10,000 account. Just depends on what you're bidding. But I'm bidding a $3,000. I have a $3,000 account. And I'm bidding 0.01 base lot size on all 22 currency pairs. So you can see we're in about 3 dozen trades right now. And I use it as a barometer of what the market is doing. This would be a smart thing for you to do. I don't care what's going on. Of course, this is a function of the full auto trading. But this lets me look and go, drawdown's pretty realistic. Margin level percent feels pretty good. And if you come and look at closed, and again, this is a barometer. So it's closed $8.42 overnight of these currency pairs. So pretty good barometer. Now, you can start doing multiply factors. What happens if I bid 10 times what I'm bidding? Then I would profit 10 times what's showing here, but I would also have 10 times the drawdown, relatively, right? And my margin level percent would greatly go down. I know we're going to get into scenarios this year of trading where this barometer account that I call it, the margin level percent is going to get pushed really hard. And I'm going to do some mitigation and management, and we'll use that as an opportunity for you to learn how to manage your account. It's actual trade mitigation where you're like, I'm going to take a loss here and cut this out and reduce this bid and so on and so forth to increase my margin level percent. It's absolutely unique to you, unique to the market, unique to the day. There's no way for me to say, well, here's how you manage your account, But it all certainly begins with bidding properly. Really does. So, yeah, that is the barometer account. That's what we're going to start calling it. Let me go back to pause, and we'll pull up my account list on my end here. Let me see if there's anything else I want to share with you. Got that. I will show you my another account, not necessarily using it as a barometer, but it can be done that. So I have a live account, very small live account that I'm bringing in 10 currency pairs, whatever 10 went into, trades when I turn this thing on. Let me pull this up and I'll tell you what it is. So this is a live account, and it's really just kind of, I did it for the group so you can see, so it's realistic. I see a lot of people are, like I said, very squeamish. So they start out with Forex and they're like, I'm going to put a little bit of money in my account and because I don't know if I trust myself or trust the system. It's perfectly fine. So here it is. You can see it's made, it hasn't been open very long. It's made $39 bidding the absolute minimum on 10 currency pairs. Whatever 10 were active when I turned it on, it's going to maintain those 10. So let's take a look here. So what, couple dozen trades that were in and closed overnight. Pretty similar to the $3,000 account. I'm just trading a few less currency pairs. So closed to $6.88. And this could be used as a barometer, but I'm also going to use this as an opportunity to manage and show you guys how to manage. You know, if you're going to run small accounts, I'm going to show you, hey, you know, you probably should be bidding relatively small amounts. These are the types of accounts, and I'm perfectly fine with this. We'll watch this over the next year go from, you know, $1,000 to something more. You'll be able to see what it is, being conservative, and also this will be an opportunity for us to manage. My margin level percent is 2,600. Looking good. Feels good. I wonder if, yeah, you can see USD Chief, although I didn't take all of the trades in the pair. I think there's like 6 or 7 open right now in the basket. These are the final ones because I turned this on after USD CHF was already in multiple trades, so the system will just grab later trades in the sequence because the math still works out. As long as you're following what the bid is, but it's still at a 1x factor bid. So yeah, $6.88 closed. That is basically our accounts. Now let's go take a look and we'll talk about the gold that I launched last night, and I'll put it in perspective for you because I think it's going to be one of the most powerful things that I have launched in. I've looked for things that will beat my current 10 pip automation, which is really where we get all of our trades from. The 10 pip automation is the base AI trading system, and it sends out the free signals, it sends out the premium signals, and it runs the entire full auto system. But gold is a whole other concept. So let me pull up that account and we'll talk about it. Let's go back to the pause screen here and let me pull it up. Pretty excited about this. Got to work out a few little kinks, but that has not been hard to do. And I'll show you what we've done. So here it is. This is the second basket of gold trades that we've went in. I did the first test trade last night, and these test trades aren't necessarily intended to be perfect entries and the most profitable. I'm just kind of entering and making sure I'm not entering. I'm letting the auto system enter and post and do the mathematics and do the opens and the closes and set the take profits. So let's take a look at that. Before we even do this, I'm going to run over to the browser and show you something inside the group. So let me get ready to do that. So let's see here. Yes. Okay, so I will share the browser. Let's make sure this works. Browser share. There we go. So when I say browser, we're inside of the Discord group. We're looking at the open chat area. You can see where I announced the live that we're doing right now. And I added a section over here in the menu, gold signals. Okay. So the first trade, we actually closed a trade out last night, and I can't show you that, but I'm going to show you what the signals look like. So we went into, right now I'm doing baskets of 3. So I'm entering 3 trades at the exact same price, but each of the 3 trades has a higher and higher take profit. Okay. So you can see first trade here went in at a 0.07, and that's a reference. I wanted to do 70% of my base lot size. So if my base lot size was $1, I'm bidding 70 cents. Now I'll show you where I increased it so the numbers look a little bit better. So that was trade number 1. Give you we have to trade with a stop loss. If you don't, you'll lose your entire account on gold. It just is what it is. And you know, with the AI system that I have now, where we scale in, and again on 22 out of 28 potential currency pairs and crosses. But once you go with metal like this, gold, the volatility is so high that if you don't just say, hey, let's get out of this at a small loss, And the reason I'm willing to do that on gold is if you get out of it at a loss, the profits are always so much higher than if you have to take a loss. And in particular, this one, again, this was not an intent to be the most perfect buy signal entry. And in fact, this one closed out. It hit the stop loss. The price wicked down, hit the stop loss. But I wanted it to do that because I want to see how the system acts and what it shows you. So that was trade number 1 at a 0.7, and then trade number 2 at a 0.2 lot size, and trade number 3 at a 0.1 lot size. It's really intended to be a percent. So 0.07 is 70, 0.02 is 20, 0.01 is 10%. So what happened was that we went into that way before the Super Bowl even started last night, because this was my first test trade. And it hit the price wicked this morning, and it hit stop loss. So trade number 1 was closed out at a loss. Number 2 was closed out at a loss, and number 3 was closed out at a loss. And then I was like, okay, programming's looking good. Wasn't intended to be the most perfect profitable trade. I want to make sure that the system works. What I didn't want is to go into the first trade in the gold system and just have it go, oh, so beautiful, go right into profit. We couldn't see if all of the different parameters were going to post, the profits, the losses, so on and so forth. So I went into a brand new 3-pair buy trade this morning. And hold on, need a little coffee. Went into a 3-pair buy trade this morning, and I upped the base bid to a 1.0 from the signal system, and also the account. Again, if you're going to take these trades full auto, then in fact, I want to look at something here. Yeah. I want to make sure you could actually hear me, because I know I've went off in the browser before and I'm talking and you can't hear me. You can't hear me. So what was I saying? When you take these gold trades, if the system proves to be at a profitable level that I think it's going to be, you can take them full auto, and even though I'm bidding a 1.00 lot size, or $10 per pip, you can take it at any multiply factor of that you want, right? You can take it at a negative multiply factor. In fact, probably I should be doing the entire thing bidding at a 0.01 base lot size. I'm sorry, I think the base lot size would have to be 0.1 so we can do the percentage. Anyway, next trade went in. Supposed to go in at a 0.70 lot. It went in at 0.69 lots. So I'm not too worried about that, right? It went in at 69% instead of 70. No big deal. Probably the price was moving pretty hard or something. I don't know. We'll see. And then the next one went in at a 0.20, or a 20% of the overall lot size. And the third one has went in at lots of 0.10, which is 10%. And so it's working. The stop loss is being transmitted. The take profit is being transmitted. The idea here is this. The system did a buy trade, and it places all 3 buys at the exact same price. But buy number 1 has a take profit that is, in fact, if you want to look at the numbers here. Buy number 1 has a take profit of 40 pips in this particular case. Buy number 2 has a take profit of 70 pips in this particular case. And buy number 3 has a take profit of 180 pips. And the system will do this. When the price moves and takes profit, take profit number 1, the system will take the stop loss and move it to break even. Okay? When the system hits take profit number 2, it will move the stop loss to break even, or basically take profit 2. And if it hits take profit 3, it takes profit on all 3 trades, closes everything. So that's the dynamics in the programming. The only thing I haven't seen it do yet is actually follow those trades through. So let's go back, if you will, so I can share my mobile. Let's go back to the pause real quick, and I will share my mobile. Here it is. Like I said, we're in that basket of trades, and this is the new trade. So what you saw on the signal side, these are those trades, and you can see right here, I've got the comment gold signals beta 1. We'll change that up once I feel like it's doing what it's doing, but I really just kind of need to see the programming, and you could follow along with these trades. It's pretty close to where the system would enter, but I'm kind of forcing it to enter and, you know, changing some parameters so I can see the programming. We're in beta, but little bit of drawdown. It's nothing, you know, $288 worth of drawdown. You can see that this is a $5 million account. That has no reference or bearing on anything because we're not going to manage these trades. This is the signal. This is the base AI signal. I gave it $5 million. I could have given it any amount, right? That's not the reference because we're not going to be referencing what the margin level percent is on a signal. Once I send this signal over to an actual live or a demo account that's, you know, more in line of the amount that I would trade, then those numbers will become relevant. But right now they're not. So if you look at last night's closed trade, this was the first trade. It basically just wicked back. I think we can take a look at it here. Let me see if I can find it. Let's move down to a shorter time period. I think it was... Oops, I'm looking at the wrong pair. Hold on. There was a wick, and I believe it was this one right here. Third candle back. That wicked down and took out the stop loss on that trade. But I want to see it do that. I want to see it do the programming. So don't look at it right now in terms of profit success because we will get it to that point because I know it does that. Right now I'm just kind of forcing it to do some entries. And I believe we're in a buy scenario here. You know, again, I'm not big on indicators and everything, but if you look at down here at the RSI with a 4 setting, not the relative strength index at a 14, which I put it at 4. Look at what's happening. I've got a 15% and an 85% limit here and a 50%. So it's way down below the 15%. So not always, but just general reference. What happens when it hits the bottom? It goes up. Okay? Not saying that my trading system is using that. I kind of use that as a visual. You see me. I got that on every chart. I just kind of want to get a feel for what I think it's doing. I mean, look at this. The RSI 4 is pretty damn accurate, right? So look at this hook here and look at what the price did. Hooked, right? If you look at, and again, this is just a reference for the RSI. So look at this. So it comes down here and it hooks, touched the 15% level, and what did it do? It went up. I do not trade based off of that. It's a, hey, what is the price probably going to do? I look at the RSI 4, and I do look at, which we will look at USD CHF in a minute here, because I think it's pushing pretty hard. I look at that, and I more so look at, I look at that, and I look at the just general previous in the past. What's the highest price? What's the lowest price? To kind of get a feel for where it could move to. I don't enter trades based off of that. I analyze trades that I'm currently in based off of this. That's the difference with what you'll see me do and everyone else do on the internet. They go back and tell you that you should have entered based off of this signal. No, you shouldn't. However, it's a great signal. It's a great indicator, no pun intended. It's a great indicator of what the price might do given where we're at, and we're already in a trade. Let's see what we think this trade's going to do. I just think that's a different way to look at it. I'm not prognosticating the future. I'm telling the current present with what's going on. And the indicator tells you, guess what the indicator does? It does not tell the future. Everyone will tell you to trade with indicators and base a future outcome on that. No. The current status is the RSI 4 is at the bottom, and that means the likelihood of it going up is pretty high. But we're already in a trade, and we're using that to analyze. I mean, watch this. I'll just scroll back a little bit here. Let's go back even farther. Every time it touched the bottom, did it go up? Oops, it did. Okay. It didn't touch in these two areas. So let's just look at touches, right? Let's be consistent. Look, here's one. Every time it touched the top, did it come down? It did. I'm not saying it stays in that downtrend, right? But it came down a little bit. This on the 1 hour chart, this could have been a profitable trade had you entered somewhere here. And again, we're not looking at entries. We're looking at, I'm already in a trade. What might this thing do? Let's go back and look at some different times here. So this is kind of an interesting, almost a breakout. So it went below, which was about right in here. So it went up, went against you, went back up to the same amount. So, now that's why I don't trade with a stop loss. This would have been a great entry. Okay, and I'm not saying use this as an entry. Would have been a great entry. You could have entered a buy right here. It would have went up. Okay, if your take profit was there, you did pretty well. If it went against you, you could have scaled in again, and then it went back up, and you could have taken profit somewhere right there. So I'm just giving you an example of how to look at this. Let's go back and look at one more. Look at this one. Huge propulsion down candle. Went below the 15%, and then what did it do? Got some wicks here. It went back up. Okay, just general reference. Do not enter trades based off of what I'm showing you here, but analyze current trades based off of this. All right, so that's the gold trade. We're going to see how this plays out today. I'm not saying I need this to play out from a profitability standpoint. I need it to play out from a beta testing. Is the mathematics working? Right? Remember I said this was supposed to be a 0.70 lot from the AI system. It took it at 0.69. That's pretty damn close. I'm not going to complain about that. I'm not going to complain about 0.01 cents. So that's pretty close. What's the goal? The goal is to get this massively profitable. And because gold moves so much, I believe what you're going to see is gold will move and be much more profitable than any stop loss we set. That's the goal. That's the idea. And if my AI system trails the price and sets it at break even and trails the price and sets it at break even, we're going to do extremely well. And I just need to see it do that. So how long is it going to take? I think solid. You'll see. I'm projecting this out into the free signals area. You'll see solid results over the next week. If we get some good gold movement, if it takes me 2 weeks, it takes 2 weeks, right? To just kind of vet this and prove it. But the moment we prove it, I'm moving this to premium. And it's going to be, as far as I can say, it's probably going to be an add-on, either that or a bonus incentive up front to move you to premium. I mean, you're just going to make more money, more trades in premium. And where's the best, smartest place to be in the world? Is full auto trading. Just full auto trading. Because, if you like to sleep at night like I do, and you're in the Western Hemisphere here, then you're going to miss a lot of trades. And you're going to be jumping into trades late, which is not a problem with my system, but it's a little harder to manage if you're just pumping in all of these manual trades. So I believe that's it. Let me go to the pause screen, and then I think we're going to go over and analyze USD CHF real quick, just for my own purposes, because I'm in that trade. Let me check my account list here, see if there's anything else I wanted to show you. I don't believe so. That's it. So let me go back to the free signal account. We'll have that up on the screen, but I'm going to go look at USD CHF. Let me pull this up. Oh, wrong one. One more try. If you had any idea how many accounts I'm over here trading and managing, so I can go back to this. So we'll leave this here. So NZD USD, we're in this sell trade right now. So let's look at USD. You know what? Actually, I'm going to pause the screen one more time, and I'm going to pull up the USD CHF trade that I'm in, but I only want to show it to you on the chart. So stand by. I'm going to pull that up. Let's see. That is this account, I believe. Yes, I got it. So let me pull it up on the chart. I'll share that with you. So here we are. So I'm in this USD Chief trade, and you can probably see I'm in at $250 per pip. This is a very large account. Let me scale out a little bit to the daily time frame, and a little harder to see on mobile, but we're going to kind of take a look at this, and then we're going to go over and potentially kind of compare what's going on here to on a bigger chart and just get a feel for what's going on. Now, I'm in a sell trade, okay? And if you look at the current RSI 4 here, it basically bought at the bottom. And that's really, this isn't an error of my system. That's what it likes to do. It likes to see that push movement, and then it likes to trade against the trend. And there's particular reasons for that. Excuse me. Talking too much in the morning. I need to slow down and calm down. I'm a little worked up about this trade. So we went into a sell trade here, and we've went in 1, see if I can count this, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades deep, okay? And in my case, I'm bidding $250 per pip. So I'm at 25, 50, 75, 100, 125. So I'm at $1,250 per pip right now on a very large account. And my margin level is about 900 to 1,000%. So I want to kind of take a look at this and see if it's going to turn around. It's harder to do on mobile. So one of the things I'm looking for is if my price is currently right here, I'm looking back to see, and that line is not really valid when we move back. So you can see where my current price is. There's a top right here. If I move back farther, there's a top way up here. So here's where I started going, who knows where this thing is going to go, right? USD Chief, we're going to look at the volatility on that. So let's actually do that now. Let me pause and switch over to the browser, and let's take a look at this pair. So let's see, browser is what I want here. Here we go. And got to get my technology right. So here is the browser. Okay. So what did I say? USD CHF. Let's pull that up. I'm just looking at a trading view chart. This thing loves to time out whenever I'm using it, so I'll have to refresh probably. So let's see, USD CHF. We'll look at Forex.com pricing. What do I got? 4 hour here. Let's look at the day, the daily. And here's where I start to go, okay. So if we are currently, see if I can draw some lines here. Here's where the current price is. I'm gonna put it at put the blue line there. Is this a general? And I probably should put the RSI up here also. Is this a general support and resistance area? It's not. It's kind of. If we look over to the left, it kind of is. It's kind of playing around that line. It pushed through it and came back. There's no real solid support and resistance there. So what worries me is if I start to put some horizontal lines up at these other areas, and I probably should use, normally I would use like blocks, areas. I'm just going to put some lines here. So here's potential support, and I'm kind of looking for resistance, right? So let's just mark one more here. So maybe you can see there's a lot of different levels here. I mean, hell, it could go all the way. Let's go all the way to the top here. It could go all the way to the top up here, right? That's a long ways to go. I don't believe it's going to do that. I believe, like if you look at any downtrend here, you get a push down, pull back, push down, pull back, push down, pullback. So what is the overall trend? I'll show you here. The overall trend is essentially, if we do this, down. Okay. And again, I do not analyze charts based off of entry. I analyze charts after my AI system is already entered, and I want to see what it's going to do. So given all of this stuff, if I just look at support and resistance, I feel like it could go a lot farther on me. Given the current higher highs and lower lows, the downtrend, I believe it's going to turn around about in this area. And if I can add, let's see, if I can add, I don't use this very much, so I'm not the fastest person when it comes to using all of these. Yeah, it's just not going to work out for me, is it? I don't think it is. What I wanted to do, I just don't use this enough. I probably should mess with it more. There's always an arrow here. Why am I missing the arrow? All right, pure frustration has set in. Geometric shapes. Is it here? Here it is. I don't even know why I wanted to draw an arrow now. Yeah, all right, whatever. I'll figure out. This is what I think it's going to do, right? So I'm like, okay, don't have to worry too much about managing my account at a $990, margin level percent. So just wanted to take a look at that. Now, another thing to look at is volatility. So here I am at mataf.net and the volatility area. If I sort it by pips, and what did we say it was? USD CHF. Here it is. Why is it not showing on the right side? Let me refresh. Doesn't like me this morning. Sort by pips. USD CHF. Here it is. So USD CHF moves 63 pips, right in pretty much in the middle. Top pair moves 161 pips, and you can see that throughout the week it goes up and up and up. So we're going to get some more volatility. Hopefully this volatility and movement is the downward movement that I'm looking for. We'll see, but it doesn't, like, now if I was in GBP JPY and we were at that place, I'd be worried because it moves 161 pips, and this is referenced over a 10-week period. Let's put 4-week in here. Still going to be relatively close. So 4-week period. And GBP NZD is the biggest mover at 131. So over 10 weeks, it's moved a lot more. But USD CHF, why do my eyes not see it? Yeah, 60, 61 pips. So yeah, not moving so much that I'm worried. Even if it does go against me, it will be completely manageable. Completely. So I believe that is it for the day. Let me come back to the mobile here, and let's see. I got 1 thumb up this morning. We had somewhere 5 to 10 people watching. I went for 49 minutes. I guess I'm getting longer winded every day, aren't I? Trying to be faster, but this is educational. If you're doing this, if you're doing trading, you probably should be paying attention to what I'm saying, because each day is a unique opportunity to look at what's going on. It just is what it is. Let me see if anybody has made any comments. Not one comment. I must be an absolute entertaining master. Or boring as hell. I don't know, one or the other. What's the spectrum? You let me know. So that is the analysis for Monday, February 12th. FXwithTerry.com. Free signals, premium signals, full auto trading. You really should do the full auto. I mean, it's, I don't know why you guys want to work so hard. I've got dozens and dozens of testimonials of people saying, wow, it took you free trades and they all won. I'm like, imagine if you went up and got more volume of trades and imagine, the ultimate rub the genie, get every wish you wanted, full auto system. That's what I'm doing. Derek says great. Well, of course Derek's here. Derek's dedicated and consistent. Him and Mark, and I'm trying to think. Is it Livia that was in there? And another one starts with a J. I can't remember everybody. You guys ought to really on your profile in Discord, you really ought to put your first name and last initial. I'm over here calling out whack ass screen names. It is what it is. All right, I'm going to stop there. Appreciate you joining me. Keep an eye on the gold signal stuff. In fact, before we close, let's look at gold one more time because I'm excited to watch that. I'm sure we're still in drawdown. Oh, not too bad. The drawdown is cut in half of what it was. We were, what, 150 drawdown? So it's heading back in the right direction. I suspect that it will. This was not, again, this was not designed, this trade, to be the most profitable. But it certainly could be. Certainly could be. One of the things I'm curious about with gold is to see how many times we hit. Mark says, I'm here, you boring entertainer. Yeah, making money and using your noggin and being smart is definitely boring. But I know Mark is joking because he has a big joke face after that. So, what was I saying? I'd like to see how often, because my AI system is calling out the take profits here. I'd like to see how often that third take profit gets hit. And what's cool about this, I could reverse the bidding, meaning first trade could be a take profit on 0.01, second trade could be a take profit on 0.05, and the third trade could be a take profit on 0.07. That really kind of begs the question of how often do we hit take profit 3? From my testing, I'm hitting take profit 3 90% of the time. And if we don't, it backs out and hits the break-even stop on the previous take profit. So there is another thing that I can, like this could happen. You could take profit here. You could take profit here. This wick goes up, doesn't quite hit to take profit up here, comes back and hits the stop, okay? What I can implement is what's called a trailing stop. So we've got two different trailing stops on this. The first one simply sets the break even, right? But the third one can actually trail the price by 10 points or 15 points or 50 points or whatever. So what happens in this particular case, the wick pushes up, the trailing stop follows it up, and then when it backs out a little bit, it still takes all of this profit here that we would not have normally got. So I can implement some things like that. So we need to see how often and how many times it's actually going to hit this third take profit. There's a statistical consistency somewhere in there, but that's why you gotta forward test this and do it over time. So that's it. Appreciate you watching. I'm gonna stop there, and I will see you on tomorrow, Tuesday mornings live, and I think we're gonna see some exciting gold trades between now and then. So take care. I'll see you then.